Hi, welcome to my video on solving proportions. Solving proportions was done in the previous unit when we're doing fractions. So let's use this property again when we do similarities. Solve each for x. Before we start, let's write down a proportion a over b equals c over d. That's a proportion, so we cross multiply a times d equals b times c. And that's how we solve a proportion if we have any unknowns. And another example of that is 2 over 3 equals 4 over 6. So we cross multiply 2 times 6 equals 3 times 4, and we get 12 equals 12. And another example, 5 over 4 equals 15 over 12. And cross multiply, 5 times 12 equals 4 times 15. And 5 times 12 is 60. 4 times 15 is 60. So we'll see how this property works by cross multiplying. So if that be the case, let's do these examples which have x in it. Solve each for x. So cross multiply, 2 times x equals 3 times 4. 2x equals 12. Divide by 2, and x equals 6. Remember, the 2's cancel out to give you 1x. And 6 is the answer. Just a little check. So 2 over 3 equals 4 over 6. So 2 over 3. 4 over 6 reduces to 2 over 3. Or if we cross multiply, 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. So 6 is the right answer. Cross multiply here, I can go x plus 4 times 3, but I prefer to go 3 times x plus 4. I like to write a monomial in front of a binomial. It's just better in algebra. And 9 times 4. 3 times x plus 4 is 3x plus 12. 9 times 4 is 36. 3x equals 36 minus 12. 3x equals 24. Divide by 3, and I get x is equal to 8. And if you check it back, you put 8 in here and see what you get. So it's 8 plus 4 over 9. That's 12 over 9. And 12 over 9 reduces to 4 over 3. Divide each by 3, so we're right. C, cross multiply. We get again, I like to 2 times 2x minus 3 right here, and 6 times x minus 4. Again, I put the monomial 2 in front of the binomial. Multiply 4x minus 6. 6 times x, 6x. 6 times negative 4 is 24. I move my x's to the left. Keep that all the time. Move my numbers to the right. Notice this is a plus, so it becomes a minus. This is a minus, becomes a plus. Negative 2x equals negative 18. And divide by negative 2. And I get x equals 9. And again, you can plug that into both of these and to see if you have it right. And D, cross multiply, I get x times x minus 3, and I get x minus 4 times x plus 5. So we multiply each side, simplify each side. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. And we have two binomials, so we go first, which is x times x is x squared. Outside is 5 times x is 5x. Inside is negative 4 times x. And last is negative 20. Negative 4 times 5. Simplify each side first. When you solve an equation, just makes it easier when you're transposing. And the x's go on the left, so it's x squared minus x squared minus 3x minus x equals negative 20. So this x squared came over here to become a minus, and this plus x came over here to become a minus, and the 20 stays. They cancel out. I could have canceled those out right here without moving them. I could have done that right in this step because x squared on each side to cancel out. But let's continue. And we did move the x squared over to become a negative. They cancel it to give you 0. So that's negative 4x equals negative 20. Notice that's a negative 1. And we divide by negative 4. And we get x equals 5. Again, if you want to check that back, put a 5 in here and there, here. We'll just do that just for a second. Let's put 5 in to see what happens. 5 minus 3, 5 minus 4, 5 plus 5 over 5. So that's a 2 over 1, which is 2. And that's a 10 on top, 5 on the bottom. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So again, x equals 5 is correct. E, we have to cross multiply. So we go 20 times 3x plus 2 equals 16 times 4x plus 1. 20 times 3 is 60x. 20 times 3x is 60x. 20 times 2 is 40. 16 times 4x is 64x. 16 times 1 is 16. And 60x minus 64x is equal to 16 minus 40. Negative 4x equals a negative 24. Divide by negative 4. And we get x equals 6. And if you want to check it back and see if you're right, do so. Again, let's continue. Let's do some more. Practice means now, if you know what you're doing, work out each of these one at a time and press play. When you get it done, press play and see if you're right. And then stop, pause it again, work out each one separately and press play after and see how you're going to do. Here we go. Solve for x. So we have x times 12 equals 4 times x plus 6. So x times 12 is 12x. 4 times 4x, 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 6 is 24. X is on the left. Numbers on the right. 4x goes over to the left, become negative. 8x equals 24. Divide by 8, and x equals 3. Again, if you sub 3 back in to see if everything checks out. Cross multiply. 6 times x equals 5 times 12. 6x equals 60. Divide by 6, and x equals 10. Sub in 10 and check it out. And we cross multiply, we get 7. Multiply these two first. 7 times x minus 4 is 4 times x plus 2. Notice I always do the monomial in front of the binomial. And we cross multiply it, so 7 times x is 7x. 7 times 4 is 28. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 2 is 8. And x is on the left, makes it a minus 4. And the numbers on the right makes it a plus 28. So the 4x becomes negative. Negative 28 becomes positive. So 3x equals 36. Divide by 3, and x equals 12. And again, sub it back in, check to see if you're right. But again, if you're doing a quiz or a test, sometimes after you get the test finished, you can check to see if you're right. But we got to complete the test first, so hopefully everything is right. Cross multiply, we get x plus 4 times x minus 1. And we have x times x plus 2. That's shown. Now notice we got a FOIL here. First, outside, inside, last. And x times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. And notice the x squared is on each side. They're the same, so I cancel those out right now. I don't have to transpose them. Oh, and I have to simplify this side first, so 3x minus 4 equals 2x. Notice I cancel these first because if you have the same terms on each side of an equation, you can cancel them out. And that gives me 3x minus 2x equals 4. X equals 4. 2x moves to the left to become negative. Negative 4 moves to the right to become positive. And 3 subtract 2 is 1. So x is 4. Again, sub it in, check to see if you're right. And we have this one, cross multiply. So 4x plus 2, which is here, times this one, which is 4x plus 1. And we get 8x times 2x plus 2. And we do FOIL on this again, because a binomial times a binomial. First is 16x squared. Outside is 4x. Inside is 8x. And last is plus 2. 8x times 2x is 16x squared. 8x times 2 is 16x. And again, we have the 16x squared on each side, so we'll cancel them out. Let's simplify this side first before we transpose. 12x plus 2 equals 16x. 12x minus 16x equals negative 2. This x is going to the left, number is going to the right. That gives me, again, that's positive moving over makes it negative. The 2 moved over to the right makes it negative. So negative 4x equals negative 2. Divide by negative 4. And they cancel. X equals 4 negative divided by negative positive. 2 divided. So that's 2 into 2 goes once. 2 into 4 goes 2. So we get a half. So if you put a half back in each value of x and check it out to see if you get the same. And I'll just do that. I'm going to put a half in here just to see. Let's see, just for a bit of fun. I'm putting a half back in to see if we're right. Here we go. X is a half. So I'm putting a half wherever I see an x. And I have to work out each of these first. I have to multiply these two before. Oh, this is not, I didn't need that right there. So that's a 4 times a half is 2 plus 2. A half of 8 times a half is 4. 2 times a half is 1. And half of 4 is 2. So I simplified each numerator and denominator first. So that gives me 4 over 4. That gives me 3 over 3. 1 equals 1. So the half is correct. So in each of these expressions, I have to do the multiplication before the addition or subtraction. I have to do the multiplication before I add the 2. And I have to do the multiplication here before I add the 1. BEDMAS, remember, PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S, or BEDMAS, whatever you wish. But there's no brackets to simplify, there's no exponents, so I have to multiply each of these in each of these expressions I have to multiply first. There's no, and then I work out, notice, I worked out each of these fully before I divided anything. So I completely worked out this expression to a 4, worked out this one to a 3, worked out this one to a 3, and then I worked on the fractions. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you like my video, click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, because there's more videos coming your way. And visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content that's on my YouTube channel, Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.